Hi, I want to talk about the etiquette of social media. Yeah, so I think it's important to apply the manners that we know in real life offline and apply them to social media online. For instance, please and thank you go a long way, and it's important to have the golden rule applied to all aspects of social media and in real life. You should always treat others the way you want to be treated. Bottom line, that's just how it is. You should also be charming and poised online. Use conviction in your tone. No one really wants to be around someone who's like manically running around, like posting whatever, whenever, wherever, all over the internet. People want to be around like a cool person who says interesting things in a way that is inviting and makes you want to talk back to them. So being poised online is just as important as being poised offline. So you can convey that in your grammar. Using all caps is really obnoxious. You could be saying something really meaningful and interesting, but if you're using all caps, no one's going to want to read it because it sounds like you're yelling at them. And no one wants to be yelled at. They want to have a conversation with you. Social media is about having a conversation, an ongoing conversation. That being said, using alienating academic words isn't that cool? No one really wants to look up every single word that you learned in college and you're just dropping it unnaturally in a tweet in 140 characters. I mean, I think a general rule should be you shouldn't use a word online that you wouldn't use in everyday speech because it just seems so forced, you know? You should always ask for permission, no matter what. If you're going to use someone's work, give them credit, you know? Don't just post it and not give someone credit. That's wrong. Also, you should ask permission to tag someone in a photo. Like, you know what a bad photo of someone is. You don't just, like, post it without asking. It's rude. Like, you know if someone looks fat or drunk or if they're doing something horrible. You don't post it to Facebook and tag them. It's crazy. Like, it's just unethical. The same with Snapchat. Taking a screen shot of Snapchat is kind of immoral, I think. And then posting it to Facebook. Some people do that, and I think it's wrong. Also, if you're like hanging out with a group of friends and someone says something really hilarious and then you just like tweet verbatim what they say without giving them credit, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that. Arguing is inevitable in life as it is also inevitable on the internet. So you should always know that many people are watching what you're saying on the internet, and you should always be prepared to back up what you have to say because people are going to attack you from all ends, and that's when you should know that you are in public. If you really want to argue with someone, you can bring it to a private message or an email, or you can continue to be in public arguing. That's fine too. It just kind of makes, I don't know, whatever. Do what you got to do. If you want to argue in public, go for it. Similarly, outbursts are kind of inappropriate on the internet. I mean, sometimes they can be funny, but before you want to have a manic episode online, you should ask yourself, do I really want people to see this, or am I just venting? It's just kind of disturbing. Like, if you're having a nervous breakdown, everyone actually gets concerned and it makes you look crazy. There are platforms for outbursts, and some of them are an email, a phone call, or a journal entry. Honestly, like, the internet's not a place for you to go psycho, you know? I guess it's funny once in a while, or mostly it's disturbing. Codes. So I don't know this code very well, but apparently there's a thing called hot girl code, and it's where hot girls like each other's selfies. Okay. There's friend code. So if someone gets a new haircut, you like that. You like it even if it looks horrible. You have to like the new haircut photo. Also, if they are mentioned in an article, or if they have a creative project that they're excited about, you like it. Just what you do as a good friend. If your friend's selfie is struggling on Instagram, you do a thing called push it to 11. So it goes from the names to 11 on the Instagram. It just looks better. You should always like your family pics. Facebook isn't really a place for friends anymore. It's a place for family. So it's nice to keep in touch with them. Give a little like to the baby pic, to the wedding pic, new house, whatever. It's good. You should do it. If you're the one posting baby kit pics, no one really cares about little Aiden's first potty session. Just know where to draw the line. Come on. There are different types of faving. There's a way to hate fave someone. It's if someone does something that you really disagree with, you can hate fave it. Torture fave. If someone you don't like and they're struggling, you fave that. You can mass fave all at once. It's weird, but people do it. You can flirt fave, and people totally know if you're flirt faving. There's obliga faving, which is basically, it has to do with the friend code. And they're straight up sucking up, and that's pretty transparent. There are also instances where you should not fave at all. Like if someone says, R.I.P. my late whatever, you shouldn't like that. You should maybe call the person, I'm so sorry, or email them. But liking, it just doesn't, I don't think it translates well. Unfollowing is straight up rude. If you're going to unfollow someone, you should expect for them to take it personally and be offended. And blocking someone is even worse. That's basically just locking someone out of your life for a. Oh, and if you following someone so they can follow you back and then unfollowing just so you can get your ratio up, that's whack. BuzzFeed articles are also whack. If you have a job and you want to keep your job, don't say bad things about your job. If you want to subtweet people, you can, that's your prerogative, but you should always know that someone's going to be offended and someone's always going to think it's about them, or everyone's going to think it's about them, and I guess your job is done. Go you, subtweeting. Linking all your networks together is kind of a faux pas. I don't really want to see someone's Twitter that says, I just posted a photo over here. And I don't know, it's just boring, mix it up. Making your life seem cooler than it is. Everyone can see through that. If all you do is just post yourself at this cool party, or with this famous person, that's great. But everyone knows that's not what you're doing all the time. Get a grip. We can see through your lies, or not your lies, your fabrication of your life. Clogging the feed, know when enough is enough. Come on. Come on. Stalking, that's also your prerogative. Just don't get caught. Strictly self-promotion, and bragging. I'm the best. Or just talking about yourself, just self-promotion in general it's fine once in a while, but mix it up. Bragging. Humble bragging is the thing that happens a lot. Oh my God, I have too many events to go to tonight. Or, my Range Rover still smells like Burger King. We're stuck at the airport. Humble bragging, it's whack. Anonymity. If you're going to be anonymous on the internet, you shouldn't use your anonymity to taunt or terrorize people, because in real life you can't really walk around with a mask over your head, because you have to be held accountable for your words and actions, and people are going to find out who you are on the internet anyway, because there are so many people who are a lot smarter than you, and everyone can see through everything. So, yeah. So generally, don't be annoying, don't be boring, and treat others how you'd like to be treated. And just keep the conversation going. It's a given, like social media and life is a give and take thing, and everyone needs to work together harmoniously, or not, but it'd be nice if it could be harmonious. Yeah, and if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, and if you do, everyone's going to see it, and someone might even, screenshot it and send it to everybody you know. Yeah, so that's how I feel about the etiquette of social media.